Oh man,
Oh man.
me and the kitties are going to the food truck little thing over in Lamert Park. Okay, no,
Out of the house.
listen, we're on a live, okay?
We were out.
Wakan, don't say that. Period. How about that? So yeah, some very interesting development came about. Um, there was a great example of how well our vote counted. Right? We elected not we, because I don't live in Baltimore, but the citizens of Baltimore elected a new mayor. And okay, listen. I'm talking. All right. One of the very first measures that she plans to implement. Actually, I don't know. Anyway, so I don't think she's actually a new mayor. She might have been reelected. Anyway, so one of the very first measures that she introduces as a goal is to start a taxpayer funded defense fund for illegal immigrants. That's right. In Baltimore, with one of the highest murder rates ever to be, and one of the most corrupt police forces and black folks persecuting uh, city, municipality, governments, or whatever, in a town where the cops plant drugs on black folks and they get sent up the river for decades for doing something for something they never did. The esteemed mayor of Baltimore decides that she wants to start a legal defense fund for illegal immigrants who commit nonviolent crimes. You heard me. And then this fund is also going to allow illegal immigrants to have immigration lawyers work on their behalf to keep them from being deported. Now, look, man, this country belongs to everyone, right? Now, this country belongs to everyone, okay? Right? Like it's all the land. The land should is supposed to be free. The, the land is free. There were times when humans used to roam the earth at their leisure. They could go wherever they want. They could go wherever they want. You know, this place, this nation belonged to the indigenous people that were slaughtered when the Europeans came here. There's no doubt about that. Like that's real. That's real ish. So yeah, but this isn't really about that, right? Because let's say that the indigenous people of the United States should be able to come in and out freely, right? Well, not all illegal immigrants come from Mexico or other South American countries. That's just not the case. An illegal immigrant can be from Norway, Russia, China, North Korea, any of those places, and they come in. They can be from the Arabian countries. They come up in here through Mexico and other places, and probably in Maryland. Maryland has a port city. Maryland is a port city. You know, people can come from all over the place. But this is the point. Here you have a black mayor in Baltimore. And never mind the fact that, like I said, there are all these murders and a corrupt police force. She wants to force the taxpayers to fund a defense for illegal immigrants so they don't get deported. Because if they get, you know, illegal immigrants get caught doing crime, any crime, they can get deported. Well, they hope to stop that with this bill that she's trying to introduce. So you see how your vote counted, black folks. Let's. I'm speaking to the black folks, not because we're not as well represented as those of the Peddler persuasion. Okay, even if white folks feel like their vote doesn't count, like poor white folks, you know, you still have a leg up. Let's just be real about it. That's not to say that you're not oppressed. It's just you're not as oppressed as people of color that were actually born here and are technically um citizens or whatever. So what measures has she taken to improve the lifestyle of black people or people of color or the oppressed people and underrepresented people in this country, from this country, in her own city? Where are the measures to protect the people of Baltimore, the black folks of Baltimore, or anyone from being having the police plant stuff on them? What are you doing about the corrupt police force that we know exists in Baltimore? Planting stuff on people, breaking people's necks in the back of vans, like for Freddie Gray. What are we doing to change the way police officers are trained who patrol a neighborhood they're not even from, and they go there to that neighborhood or that area, and they just look at the people like they're freaking the enemy, like oh, like this is a war. They're going out to a war zone every time they badge up, right? What are we doing about that? Hmm? What are we doing about it? Because you guys, a lot of you non-voter shame, right? People who decide not to vote because they feel like their vote doesn't count. Who are you to judge someone who doesn't vote because they feel like their vote don't count? Who are you to judge them people? Okay, so their heart's not in it. So you're gonna bash them and tell them they ain't shit. Pardon my language in front of my kids. I'm just a little frustrated. Y'all treat people like crap because you feel like they should be voting, even though they don't feel like voting does anything for them. Like it doesn't count for them. So why would they do something their heart is not in? Why are they doing that? Oh, let's go vote because I feel bad because people are talking crap about me because I don't want to vote. Nah. That's not how life works. You can't force people through shame to do something that they don't feel they want to do. Wait. So, like I mentioned before, your vote might have counted when it came to election day. It might have got the people in there you felt you wanted to be in there into these positions. But again, does your voice count? Okay, can you stop? Does your voice count when you actually get those people in office? We're going to see, right? Because, you know, the Democrats took Congress, and then a lot of women of color were, you know, initiated. They're Congress people now. So we'll see what happens. I have a feeling about what's going to happen. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of advances in people's rights that have nothing to do with black people. Cops are going to still be killing us. You know, we're still going to be discriminated against. We're still going to get lynched, and the police are still going to be corrupt, planning stuff on people, killing people with impunity, right? Cold-blooded murder, and no one's going to do anything to change that, or are they? We'll see if that happens. But I have a feeling the immigration laws are going to become more lax. They're going to, you know, have a lot of protections for illegal immigrants. You know, and when I say that, don't think I'm talking about Mexicans and people like that, because those are not the only immigrants that come through here. So what are they going to do about that? Who's going to do anything about the chemtrails in the sky? The planes spraying chemtrails over everyone and coating the trees and creating these forest fires that are untamable, that just burn everything up within minutes. Who's going to do something about that? You know, who's going to do something about it? Who's going to do something about the schools? Who's going to do something about the Common Core crap that they're pushing in the schools right now? Who's going to do something about classrooms with no windows? Who's going to do something about the radiation that they're bombarding the children with this Wi-Fi crap they're putting in the schools? You know what? Before I knew anything about Wi-Fi dangers, I was installing, as an electrician, these wireless access points in school classrooms. And these wireless access points have enough power to accommodate at least a couple hundred devices, but there's only 30 kids in the school, so that's more power output. That's more radiation you're putting out into the air that these kids are trapped in these classrooms. Who's going to do something about that? Who's going to get rid of the statute of limitations so that you know, kids that are now adults who were molested by a grown man or a grown woman, you know, and it resurfaces in their mind all these years later, you know, but they can't do anything about it because the statute of limitations are over. Who's gonna end the statute of limitations when it comes to rape, child molestation, and all the other stuff? Who's gonna end the statute? Who's gonna do that? Who's protecting our children? Are we going to see anything about that? You're so full of it. You know, you do this blind voting because I'm black, so I'm going with Democrat. You know, you listen to all the propaganda and the rhetoric from the liberals, and you listen to all the little chopped and screwed sound bites that they play from the Republicans, or it'll be somebody who comes out and says, "Oh, we were having a private meeting where there was no devices, no one recorded anything, and this Republican said this, and this Republican said that." Oh, you know, it's all a game, yo. Y'all are stuck on stupid. It's all a game. It's all a game. You voted for who they put in front of you. They put these cats in front of you, especially the presidency, for the primaries. Look what happened to Bernie Sanders. They forced his ass out, even though he had enough votes. They put a stop to that. These super delegates, what's a super delegate? Huh? They shoot laser beams out their eyes. What does a super delegate do? Does he leap tall buildings in a single bound? What is a super delegate? Man, y'all better get with the program, because like I said, you know who you voting for? The people that got the money. If you ain't got no money, you are not running a campaign, right? If you ain't got no money, you ain't running no campaign. I don't care how good your gift of gab is. If you don't have no money, you will not run a campaign. And the people with the money, that run campaigns, the people with the money, they want to keep their money. They want to keep their money, and they want to make more of it. So they're going to guess what they're going to do. They're going to pass laws. They're going to put out measures, and they're going to create legislation that will line their pockets. That's it. We don't come up with these freaking this legislation that they put on the ballot. We don't come up with that. The people with the money do, because they analyze. They look at this. They look at the perspectives. They look at projections. They see what the climate is. They have people that are specifically, their job is to decipher how much money something can make in the future. And if you do certain things in the country, if you legalize this, or you ban that, or you restrict this, we can make a crap load of money with that. These are the people you have to choose from. So yeah, your voice counts. Your vote counts. Your vote counts when it comes to the people they allow you to vote for. And that's it. Let's say your favorite barber, he has all these great things, these great ideas on how to make the country better. You tell him, hey man, you should run for city council. But he's a barber, and he needs money to run a campaign. Otherwise, if you come out and it's the guy who's running against him has millions of dollars, he's going to run ad campaigns all day. He won't even have to slander you. You won't even be noticed. You understand what I'm saying? But this cat with the money might not even be his own money. He has donors who are going to align with him, and he's going to implement what they want.